All right, hello, wine drinking people. Today is Friday, June 25th, and I'm going to do great tasting in the store tonight. Domaine Weinbach. We got a lot of wine to drink. I don't know if this video will make it out in time to promote that, but you'll see it on the What I Drank Yesterday portion of the show tomorrow, and that's what we're here for right now, the What I Drank Yesterday. We only had one supplier in the store yesterday, so kind of a light day in the store. It is summertime. It's a little hot out there. I know these guys hitting the street with your wine bag may be a little rough to do this time of year, but it's the only way you sell wine in this store, buddy. We don't buy anything we haven't tasted. Well, unless it's like Chateau Lafite 2009, which we're looking for at the moment. One of the few Bordeaux's that has not come out with their pricing, or at least our suppliers haven't with us. But we did have one good supplier in yesterday, Antonio from Terra España. I like to do business with people that specialize in certain areas, and Antonio is Spanish, from Spain, and he also knows quite a bit about Spanish wines, more than I do, so I always learn something when Anthony stops by to taste us. And we had a number of really nice wines, some great values coming out of Spain today. We had a couple garnachas to start from Bodegas Tinteralba. Tinteralba. Some of those wines are very hard to pronounce. One of the things I could caution you producers from other countries that want to sell products in the United States, let's make names that we can pronounce here in this country where they're being sold. We don't care what you call them in Spain, but you're going to bring them here. Make stuff that's easy to pronounce, because both of these wines were very good. Grenache tends to be really grapey, almost like a grape jam kind of grape to it, and very smooth and soft, but lots of flavor and some nice freshness at the end. Some great values. The first one, $10 a bottle, and the second one, the Altitude 1100, just a little more concentration, a little richer, $12, a little bit more expensive, not much. I'd go for the $12 wine. Drink the good stuff first, remember. Okay, and then we had some stuff from Toro, the Gran Elias Moro. Oh my goodness, this wine is fabulous. This is in the same village as Saint Roman and Pintia. Pintia is the wine made by Vega Sicilia from Toro. This wine is a blockbuster. Huge, big, wild strawberry, Jolly Rancher candy-like fruit, almost a little bit sweet. Fine herbs, new leather, sweet tobacco. Really a lot going on in this nose. A very complex wine. One of the better wines I've ever had from Toro. Hey, it's $81 a bottle, man. It should knock your socks off at that price. Okay, then Finca Torremilanos, a wine that we've had a lot of success with their red wine. We had a cava from them, which is made the traditional way, not an odd thing to see cava from Ribeira del Duero, but it's made with a white Tempranillo grape, a grape called Albilo, and then Viura and Chardonnay. So an interesting combination made in the same fashion as Champagne. This one was very good, and I am a Champagne nut, so it's hard to get me to like anything outside of the traditional Method Champenoise wines from France, but and the great stuff made in this country. But there's a few cavas that I really enjoy. This is the first time I've ever had a sparkling wine from Ribeira del Duero. Very interesting. And then we had a Verdejo semi-sec from Milano, really nice white producer from the Castilla y León region. Very forward, a little bit of that fresh cut grass and herbs, a little bit of gravelly minerality, showing a pretty good complexity on the bouquet. Light spritz on the tongue. One of the things I like, wines that finish and leave your mouth salivating for food. Check this wine out, $14. Another really good value. And then a Godeo from Bierzo, which was pretty good. And then a Finca Torremilanos, which is a white wine from Ribeira del Duero. Another really odd kind of wine. You don't see much white wines from Ribeira del Duero. This wine was Abillo, that white Tempranillo, and Sauvignon Blanc. Nose of like pineapple and white peach with notes of kind of a whole milk texture, a little bit of a metallic note there, and some honeycomb. Nice roundness on the tongue with a texture kind of long finish and fresh for 45 seconds. I don't know if most of you actually read the whole review. 45 seconds to me is a wine that does have some aging potential. So for a white wine, I think you could actually cellar this wine. And then a really interesting wine from the Priorat made with Pedro Jimenez, which is one of the grapes they use to make sherry. But this wine was just exotic, totally different from anything I've ever had. I love the Priorat, the minerality you get there, that slatiness, and then the kind of wild herbs and flowers that you get from the terroir there. Really interesting. This wine's most excellent. And hey, we usually have a couple customers stop in the store at least once or twice a week. Yesterday was the day to stop by later, as we had Ray Glenn stop in with a bottle of 2002 Kistler Dutton. This wine almost was Sauternes-like, really fruity on the palate, really rich, really decadent. I love Kistler wines that have a little bit of bottle age to them. Dr. Ray Chardonnay says it's time to drink your 2002s, and if anybody knows, it's Ray about when to drink your Chardonnay. And then Nathan with the 90 Montrose. Absolutely a knockout 90 Montrose. Probably selling for upwards of $500. Hey, the new release of 2009 is about $350. Well, this wine is a 100-point wine. It still has decades ahead of it. Still a little monster. Just a lot of exotic spice, a lot of tannin still in the finish, and just huge, immense fruit still. 90 Montrose was fabulous. Hey, we had a little 2003 Giacosa from the Consigliere, the Barbaresco Asili, drinking beautiful, that lovely red cherry liqueur and lovely red licorice spice and rose floral notes. Just fantastic. That's what I had to drink yesterday. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, signing off, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.